Hello, welcome to Business Day Close of Play, and today we've got something pretty complex from ING, right, Gareth?
Yeah, they're closing two of their funds. Now, they're called the Advanced Yield Fund and the Credit Opportunities Fund. The first one has 27 million in it and the second 8 million. Now, obviously this follows on the heels of two funds that they froze back in March that had a total of 521 million in them. Now, they've also said today that their shareholders have approved a $100 million loan to those two funds that were frozen in March, so it's a sort of double whammy of news. And I guess one of the interesting things to me that's come out of what they've said today is the Enhanced Yield Fund, which they've announced they're closing, that had 27 million in it, has been described by ING as having a low to medium risk profile. Now the interesting aspect of this is that they've described it in those terms, yet it had exposure to CDOs, the so-called consolidated debt obligations, which
low risk.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the point. These were these consolidated mortgages in the US, including a lot of subprime mortgages. So it just shows, I guess, how far risk paradigms got out of sync with reality during the boom times of a year or two ago. So yeah, that's quite an interesting one.
All right. Well, there's also some news about the warehouse. They're getting out of the wine business.
Yeah, they're closing their warehouse cellars. Now, this is a concept that they started 3 years ago of introducing alcohol sales into some of their stores. They recently tried unsuccessfully to get a license, an alcohol license in Albany, and they've decided that this is the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess. It was interesting that they got into selling alcohol at all, because in the early days founder Stephen Tindall had always maintained it's something they wouldn't do. Now under the Scottish CEO Ian Maurice, they obviously made this move into alcohol, but they're now getting out of it, although he is saying, I guess to paraphrase an old James Bond movie, we'll never say never again, that they may get back into it, but only if they could sell alcohol openly in their stores, as supermarkets and some department stores do, instead of in little separate warehouse cellars. Compartments of stores.
All right. Well, and on the lighter side of things, the Sunday Herald gossip columnist, she managed to catch sight of Mark Hotchkin, the one of the shareholders of Hanover Finance, at the Kylie Minogue concert last night. Clearly, after a day of being told by elderly investors that they were losing all their money and wouldn't see it back until they were dead, he needed something to clear his mind.
Yeah, so perhaps he was feeling lucky and maybe even doing the locomotion there last night.
Possibly, yeah. Anyway, that's us for today. Thank you for joining us on Business Day Close of Play.